Now we have to cover array object in this video class, and before I start you should know what is an array object. We know the concept of variables and also know the concept of arrays. Array object is the same thing that we have learned about arrays. In this we use array objects, we create objects, then we use or access its properties. It's very simple. Let me tell you this concept from scratch. We know what a variable is and we have used variables a lot of time till now. And you also know that you can store a single value in a variable, and the value can be of any data type. It can be a string or any integer or anything. Suppose I have a variable that is var I equals to 0, and I have declared a variable as well as initialized its value with 0. Now suppose after some code I have changed the value as, after writing some code, I have some code here, and after that I have changed I is equals to 10. Now the previous value which was 0 is now replaced by 10, and you cannot access that value now. When you try to print the value of I, you will get 10 on the screen and not 0. Okay, to store more than one value in a single variable, we have arrays. An array can store multiple values at different addresses, which are separated by index, and which means an array has index, or in easy words you can say you have a variable which is an array, and this is a special variable and it has the special ability to store multiple values. As we know, values are stored in different addresses in the memory, so to separate them all the values and to make them easy to access, we have indexes. An array has index starting from 0, and value at 0 index is suppose 10, at the first index will have 20, and so on. So before I talk about this more, let me show you how to create the object of an array. So we used to write var, then array name, then equals to, then new, then array. Okay, here var is used to tell that we are declaring a variable. Then now to write the array object, you have to use new keyword and then the array object. Please note that the letter A in the array here must be in uppercase, and this is the mandatory convention. Okay, now the object of an array object is created, and whatever properties that this array object has can be easily accessed by the array name object. Now let me show you how do we store multiple values in it. So I will write here, I will write the array name. I just copy this. Okay, I will write here, at 0th position I want to store value 1. Then at the first position I want to store the value 2. Okay, and so on. So each index will have some value and they can be accessed in your script wherever you want. Okay, now let's do a quick example of the concept we have learned. Okay, we have, suppose, a variable country which is equals to new array, then a semicolon, and after that I have, suppose I have country and its 0 index will have the value India, then semicolon, and after that its first index will have United States. Okay, I missed a double quote here. Okay, then its second index will have, suppose, Australia, then its third index have United Kingdom, and at the fourth index, let's take 4 also, Okay, and at 4 I have, suppose, Thailand. Okay, so now I have all these values stored in the country variable, which is an object of array. Now to access them, I will use for in loop. So I will write for variable I in the country variable country variable, then in curly brackets I will write document dot write, then I will write it here country, then it's square bracket I will write I, then I will concatenate it with the next line. Okay, now let's see what output we are getting. Okay, save this and refresh the page. Okay, here is the list of all the values that we stored in country variable. There are more than one ways to declare an array object, and this was one way to declare and initialize. Now the other way is I can write where, then country is equals to new array, and in parenthesis I just write 4. So in the parenthesis you first have to declare how many values would you like to store in the array. So I'm writing 4, so I can store only 4 values and cannot store 5th value, and the index of these 4 values are 0, 1, 2 and 3. So through this way we have created a limited array, and before that we have created the unlimited array, in which we didn't define number of values in array. And just below this you can initialize the values in the array as you have done already. And the another method to declare and initialize array is the inline method. So it is something like where. Now suppose I don't need all this, I will write where, then array name, new array, and in the parenthesis of this array object I will write the values that I want in the array. So I will write India, then second value will be like, then third value suppose we have Japan. Okay, so the value at 0 index is India, and Bangladesh is at at the first index, and Japan at second index. Now let's see how to store values in an array in the runtime. Okay, so let's write the code again, and I am creating an array in which I will store all the values entered by the user. So I will write where, then my name is equals to a new array, and after that so I am not limiting the array and it can store unlimited values, and after that I will write for loop, and I will write for I equals to 0, then I is less than 4, and then I plus plus. After that in the for loop I will write the statements that I want to repeat again, and now the loop will run 4 times, and I want to ask the name from the user. So I will write J is equals to a prompt box, and it will say enter name, and the another parameter that will be the default value will be a space here, then a semicolon, and then I will write my name, then I is equals to J. So I am asking user to enter the name. As soon as the user enter the name and click on the OK button, the value will be stored in the J variable, and I have stored the value of J in the array name with the index as the iteration number. So the loop will continue 4 times, and then we have 4 values in the array. Now to print them on the screen I will simply use the for in loop. So right after the for loop I will write again for then variable K in the my name, and after that in the curly brackets I will write document dot write, and then I will write here my name, and here I will write K, then a plus sign, and I will concatenate it with a break and at the semicolon at the last, and that's it. Let's try to run the script here. Refresh the page. Okay, now we have to enter values. So I'm writing Ankit, Shobhit, Shivam and Prakhar. Okay, here we are getting the result on the screen. So that's all for now. We still have methods left in the array object and we will discuss about them in the next video class. Thank you.